Good Friday evening, Southeast Texas. Thanks so much for visiting 12 News Plus. We're going to take a detailed look at your forecast over the next 15 minutes for the next 7 days. Yes, we are under a weather impact alert mode right now because we feel that, say, Saturday night into Sunday, looking pretty cold across Southeast Texas. Looks like pipe busting weather. And the clouds are slowly but surely clearing out across our area. That's what held down temperatures today, coupled with that front that came through earlier this morning. And those clouds will move on out, and we're looking at skies becoming mostly clear and without that blanket of cloud cover. Looks pretty cold coming up tomorrow morning as another Arctic front pushes through the area. As for you, courtesy of the Horstman's Western Store in Orange, they're at 51 degrees on the roofing at 911 Skycam network. So in your weather headlines, another front coming in tonight. It's going to be an Arctic front, so that will yield wind chills down into the teens and lower and middle 20s tomorrow morning. And we expect actual temperatures into the upper and middle 20s in the lakes to the lower 30s in the triangle. So no dripping in the triangle. Cold, breezy, and sunny on Saturday as we're expecting highs only in the upper 30s to lower 40s. And that will open the door with clear skies, calming winds towards Sunday morning for a weather impact alert. We expect actual low temperatures to be into the upper teens in the lakes and to the low to mid 20s here in the triangle. So pipe busting weather, you'll need to take care of the 4 Ps, and then temperatures will begin moderating as we head into early next week ahead of Tuesday night's cold front, which will bring us a pretty good chance of rain. No thunderstorm activity expected. After 2 a.m., I believe, we begin the cold weather advisories. That Arctic cold front will open the door to a cold, dry weekend in contrast, I should say, to what we saw last weekend, which was a cold, wet weekend. That will last through Sunday morning at 10 a.m. We expect wind chills tomorrow morning into the middle to upper teens in the lakes and the lower 20s here in the triangle as that Arctic cold front pushes south from Oklahoma. It's currently up towards the Red River Valley, should make it before daybreak tomorrow morning. And that will set the stage to highs only in the upper 30s to lower 40s coming up tomorrow afternoon. So then as we fast forward into Saturday night into Sunday morning, very cold temperatures are expected. And that means that we will likely see long duration hard freezes coming up as we head towards Sunday morning across Southeast Texas. The upper teens to around 20 look pretty good at this time up in the lakes area, and the low to mid 20s here in the triangle. So this means a lot of time below freezing coming up, anywhere between 6 and 16 hours. Up towards Tyler, northern Jasper, northern Newton counties. That's for Hardin, for Woodville, back over towards Dam B, and also in around Jasper and Newton and Burkeville, 14 to 16 hours of 32 degrees or less. Inland Southeast Texas, that's Hardin, southern Jasper, southern Newton counties. You're talking about Silsbee, back over to Kuntz, Lumberton, and also towards Buna, anywhere between 13 to 15 hours below freezing. Here in the triangle, anywhere from even the coastline, Sabine Pass, Port Arthur, Mid-County, Vidor, Beaumont, China, Sour Lake, back over towards Orange County, including, Orange, Bridge City. You're anywhere between 6 to 14 hours below freezing. So you'll need to take care of the 4 Ps as far as pipes, plants, people, pets, the whole bit. So Sunday morning, we're expecting maybe the upper teens in the lakes area. That's what we're forecasting. And into the low to mid 20s here in the triangle, even into Port Arthur, a hard freeze the way it looks. That all moves out. We see moderating temperatures Monday, and then Tuesday night looks like a pretty good chance of rain. Nothing heavy and nothing severe expected as another cold front comes through. But in comparison, this will be a very weak cold front compared to what we have been dealing with over the last 7+ days. No rain Saturday, no rain Sunday, no rain Monday. Late Tuesday, probably towards Tuesday night, we'll go with an 80% coverage. Some leftovers Wednesday morning, we'll go with a 20 to 30% coverage, and then dry weather for the end of next week. Otherwise, a lot of high and mid-level cloudiness over our area right now on the Pro Roofing Concepts satellite and radar loop. Already down to the mid 40s in the lakes, mid to upper 40s to lower 50s here in the triangle. But overall, you can see how this cloud, the satellite is not as bright white, so the clouds are thinning up as this cloud cover is moving out. So we're expecting skies to clear overnight as that Arctic cold front, which is currently just about towards the Red River, heads south and moves through our area. Temperatures didn't warm up too much across the area today as that first front moved through earlier this morning. And right now we're looking at well down into the 40s up towards North Texas. So you can see the colder air right there. It's showing up on infrared satellite. This is not visible satellite. So when you see this is telling us that that is really cold air moving on down to the south. You can also see this cloud cover moving out of the Texas coastal bend and out of southeast Texas as we expect skies to clear and the winds to pick up overnight as that Arctic cold front pushes on in. So say goodbye to the clouds, and then after about 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, here comes that Arctic cold front. Winds will pick up. We could see wind gusts around 20 miles an hour in the morning, and the temperatures will be into the mid to upper 20s in the lakes and into the lower 30s here in the triangle. So that's going to yield wind chills in the teens and 20s coming up tomorrow morning. Then after that mess moves through, we will see highs only into the upper 30s to lower 40s with lots of sun tomorrow afternoon. And that will open the door to that weather impact alert as we work on in to Sunday morning. Here comes this cold upper level low. That's going to be dragging in that Arctic cold front through southeast Texas, followed by a northwest flow aloft. Again, bringing in lots of cold. That also means on the front side of this system, this will spawn up low pressure off the southeast coastline, and that is an area that we will be watching for the potential for quite a bit of snow, which is not very usual. It's kind of unusual. As we put this into motion, this is all snow moving into the Carolinas coming up by tonight and tomorrow morning, and it could be heavy anywhere from Charlotte back over towards South Carolina, Raleigh, and back over towards Wilmington, anywhere between 3 to 8 inches of snow. And because this is so cold, it won't be the mush that the South usually gets. Snow with high water content. This is going to be fluffy snow. Skiers love this kind of snow, and that's what they're going to see. It makes it hard to make snowmen, and it makes it hard to throw snowballs, but it's going to be great for sledding and skiing in through the Carolinas coming up this weekend. All that should be moving out by Sunday. Otherwise, on the Gulf tomorrow, looking at a small craft advisory for choppy seas around 2 to 4 feet. In the morning, we're looking at north winds at 20 to 25 knots, and then in the afternoon, those winds will be decreasing out of the north at 15 to 20 knots. Water temperature currently at 58. That will be taking a nosedive. Only one high tide tomorrow at Sabine Pass at 3:54 p.m. Our forecast for tonight, clearing and cold, mid to upper 20s lakes, and into the lower 30s in the triangle. You don't need to be dripping across inland southeast Texas. You don't need to do it in Vidor. You don't need to do it in Silsbee. You don't need to do it in Beaumont or Bridge City. Maybe towards Burkeville and maybe along Highway 190 you might want to drip. Otherwise, I think we're fine. Clearing skies, cold. Winds will be kicking up after that Arctic cold front moves through. Then for tomorrow, not getting out of the upper 30s in the lakes, and that's with sun and breezy northerly winds. Lower 40s in the triangles. The big question is, what are you going to eat tomorrow? Is it going to be gumbo? Is it going to be chili, Frito pie? Because that's kind of the day it's going to be. Otherwise, as we head towards Saturday night into Sunday morning, we have issued this weather impact alert earlier this week, and we will follow through with this as the forecast has not changed. Saturday night into Sunday morning for temperatures in the upper teens to lower and middle 20s here in the triangle. So again, people, pets, pipes, and plants. People being checking in on the elderly, make sure that they have heat. Also be careful with space heaters. Pets, bring them in. Pipes, wrap them, turn the water off. And then plants, if they're still alive, take them to the greenhouse, bring them in, or cover them. Otherwise, a little bit milder as we head on into Monday afternoon, maybe 66. Oh boy, 68 degrees. Been a while since we've seen that. 20% coverage during the day. Then Tuesday night looks like an 80% coverage of rain, maybe a 20 to 30% coverage of leftovers Wednesday morning. In fact, I expect us to go mostly sunny Wednesday afternoon as those north winds clear us out. And Thursday morning, back down into the mid-30s. Same thing on Friday morning. Lots of sun, but as you can see, it starts warming up by Friday with a southwest and west wind developing on Friday a week out. And that's your Weather Impact 7-day forecast across southeast Texas. If you're just joining us, cold weather advisory goes in effect at 2 a.m. in the morning and lasts right on through Saturday and in through Sunday morning. This means wind chills will be awfully cold, and we're expecting well below normal temperatures. We could be anywhere between 10 to 25 degrees below normal. That's nothing that we haven't dealt with before. So tomorrow morning, we expect lows to be in the mid-20s lakes and into the lower 30s in the triangle. Don't need to drip across southeast Texas. You might consider it up towards 190, up and towards East Texas. Otherwise, wind chills tomorrow morning will be in the mid to upper teens in the lakes and into the lower 20s tomorrow morning here in the triangle because of that Arctic cold front pushing through the area. And that means we're only going to get into the upper 30s to lower 40s on your Saturday. Clear skies, cold high pressure over us, dry air, no clouds. That means a very cold night is expected Saturday night into Sunday morning. That's why we're issuing that weather impact alert, as this will be a long duration hard freeze across southeast Texas Saturday night into Sunday morning. Looking at the upper teens, around 20 in the lakes, and the low to mid 20s there in the triangle. It'll be, again, anywhere between 6 and 16 hours below freezing across southeast Texas as we drop into mainly the upper teens in the lakes and into the lower to middle 20s here in the triangle, kind of like what we saw earlier this week. Now we're talking about how long we'll be below freezing. This is a freeze duration. It helps you to prepare for the weather that we're expecting. If you live in Tyler County, northern Jasper, northern Newton counties, we expect anywhere between 14 and 16 hours below freezing. Inland southeast Texas, that's Hardin, southern Jasper, southern Newton counties. That's Kuntz, Lumberton, Silsbee, Evadale, back over towards Buna, anywhere between 13 to 15 hours of below freezing temperatures. And here in the triangle, including, let's say, Sour Lake, Beaumont, Port Arthur, Orange, Vidor, Bridge City, LaBelle, back over to Winnie, 6 to 14 hours below freezing. Temperatures are expected Saturday night into Sunday morning. So normally our high is 65 degrees, and as we take a look at over the next 7 days, you can see that we're going to be 20, the bottom numbers are how far we are above or below normal. We're forecasting a high of 41. That's 24 degrees below normal. On Sunday, it gets a little better. We're forecasting a high of 51. That's 14 degrees below normal. And we're about normal coming up on Monday. Tuesday, a little bit above normal by about 3 degrees. And then we go back down as we head towards Wednesday and Thursday. It looks like the coldest day, about 8 degrees below normal. And then we're back up to normal by Friday. We're forecasting a high of 66. So it's a roller coaster. So it looks pretty cold coming up this weekend, then moderating, and then a little cooler as we head on into the middle of next week. So again, as far as your rainfall, we do not expect any rain this weekend. No precipitation is expected. No ice is expected on any roadways. Should be fine traveling. This is just not that kind of situation. Late Tuesday into Tuesday night, we're expecting an 80% coverage of rain. And again, may have a 20 to 30% coverage left over Wednesday morning. Dry weather is expected Thursday and Friday. And again, we need more rain, and we're going to get it as we head towards, it looks like, Wednesday night across southeast Texas as another cold front comes through. Again, the weather impact alert after a cold day on Saturday. May not get out of the 30s on Saturday up towards the lakes area. Weather impact alert across southeast Texas Sunday morning because of those very cold temperatures. Monday, after a light possible freeze in our area, we'll warm up to 66. Good chance of rain Tuesday night as another cold front comes through, and again may have some leftovers Wednesday morning as then the sun comes back out Wednesday afternoon, and a little bit cooler coming up on Thursday into Friday with lows back into the 30s, and as you can see, highs in the 50s. Thanks so much for watching 12 News Plus. We'll see you at 9 p.m.